Chris, what is our third main topic today?
Our third topic comes from Finn Bacon. Greetings and salutations from Tasmania.
Wow, I don't think we've ever had somebody from Tasmania.
Wow.
I've just read a report that the next feature film in the Star Wars universe will be the Taika Waititi project written by Kristen Wilson Cairns, taking the December 2023 slot that had previously belonged to Rogue Squadron. I personally hope that this film is a Jar Jar Binks redemption story. I'd love to see what Waititi could do with the character. Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
Oops, Misa P. I mean, yeah, no,
I'd watch it. I'd watch that redemption arc.
Totally. By the way, did you ever, I can't remember if we talked about it on the show, did you ever read?
Yeah.
You've talked to me about it, and it's tragic, and I want to go read it.
Yeah, so in one of the Star Wars novels, there's kind of a meanwhile kind of section where it cuts away from the main story in it, and then it visits where Jar Jar Binks is now, and his life is ruined. And he's like a street performer performing for handouts. People despise him because of what happened in the events of the prequels and kind of being responsible for nominating the Chancellor to become Emperor. And now everybody hates him and he befriends a little child. Oh, it's heartbreaking. I hate Jar Jar Binks. And I'm like, no, be nicer to Jar Jar, damn it. Anyway, all that aside, we've been talking a lot about upcoming Star Wars projects, and in particular about the Kevin Feige one. We're all very, very excited about that. But meanwhile, Academy Award winner Taika Waititi, who did some great work on Mandalorian, they announced 17 years ago that he was doing a Star Wars movie as well. And now we're getting some updates on that and things are moving forward. But what is ever going to happen? Well, it looks like it is, and it looks like it's coming a lot sooner than we thought it might. This comes to us from the folks over at Yahoo Movies who write the following. The details of Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie remain locked away, but 1917, which, by the way, how freaking awesome is that movie? But 1917 screenwriter Christy Wilson Cairns is still working. No, what's that? Cons. Cons. Yes, Cons. Is still working with Waititi on the script. Kennedy also shares that Patty Jenkins's Rogue Squadron will most likely follow up Waititi's endeavors. Okay, now this is the interesting part. This is where people start speculating, because as of right now, I believe December 2023 is when they're targeting Rogue Squadron, right? Obviously, with the lack of any news about it recently, I don't think a lot of us have ever expected it to actually hit that date. But still, Taika Waititi's is so close now, because she's insisting, by the way, they're going on talking about Rogue Squadron. That movie is still happening. They're doing it, blah, blah, blah. But that Rogue Squadron movie is now going to come out after Taika Waititi's, which means Taika Waititi's movie is coming out. Could it be taking over that December 23rd, or that December 2023 release date? That's speculation right now. As far as I know, nobody has officially said, and I could be wrong about this, but as far as I know, nobody official has said that this Taika Waititi Star Wars movie is going to be December 2023. That's just what people are speculating right now, based on the fact that it was going to come out at one point at that date, and now that Taika's movie's coming out earlier, maybe it takes that date, whatever. Listen, Taika's got a pretty full dance card right now. He's got a lot of stuff on the go. So I was, quite frankly, really surprised to hear them say that this movie was going to come out before Rogue Squadron when you look at the amount of projects that Taika Waititi has on the burner right now. But listen, if we find out this thing does come out, but even if it's not December 2023, let's say it comes out in 2024, that will still be significantly earlier, because I was honestly thinking, I think Rob and I were talking a couple of weeks ago, thinking this Taika Waititi movie may not come out till 2025, 2026. So even if it does come out, like, say, 2024, let alone 2023, that's a lot earlier than I expected. After watching his work in, well, I mean, obviously What We Do in the Shadows, Thor Ragnarok, Jojo Rabbit, what he did in Mandalorian, I am ludicrously excited for this. Bring it on as fast as you can. This is great to me. Chris, you hear this story. Number one, where's your anticipation level right now for a Taika Waititi Star Wars movie? And with the information that we're given now, when can you see this movie maybe actually coming out?
I mean, my excitement level for a Taika Waititi Star Wars movie is at a very, very Fry, shut up and take my money. Right. I want that now, inject it into my veins. This is all I want. Because it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun and weird and heartfelt and heartbreaking and still thrive in a Star Wars universe. I hope. I'm saying a lot of things without seeing any footage or knowing a story. But I'm really excited about it. He is doing everything right now, though. I mean, he's
Yeah.
doing commercials with Jennifer Aniston and popping on to Chris Hemsworth Fitness to do like breathing techniques and stuff.
He's got Next Goal Wins like coming out soon, right?
Yeah, he's got tons of stuff happening. And he's been doing fake Instagrammy influencer stuff on his Instagram stories. It's hilarious. You guys should watch it. He's doing this fun thing called Dad's on Tour.
And he has a family.
And he has a family. Yeah. So I really want to see this. He just is doing so much, though. 2023, that sounds really soon. That's a year. That's a year, right?
A year and a half from now, yeah.
Yeah.
December 2023. So that would mean they would pretty much need to go into production after lunch today. Yeah.
Hi, if you're looking for anyone, I'm very available, and I'm happy to play a very tall Ewok. Whenever you need.
I think he would be a great Ewok.
Thank you. I mean, John always talks about how they're very, very terrifying, murderous creatures, and I think I'd do great.
I mean, when I think about very, very terrifying murderous creatures, Chris Carr is
It's me looking at people talking in movie audiences.
And if you also need a very small Ewok, so see, we've got your big Ewok.
She does look like a little Ewok, doesn't she?
It would be perfect.
Anyway, where's your anticipation level like for this? Because I know you did see Jojo Rabbit, if I'm not mistaken, and you loved Jojo Rabbit. So,
Jojo
what do you think
Rabbit.
about Taika doing Star Wars here?
You know, Taika really can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. I find that everything he does, my beautiful colleague here, beautiful in mind and body, said it perfectly, that just everything that Taika Waititi touches, he infuses with heart, with soul, with humor. And I really do think that Taika Waititi, you know, as I said, Top Gun is my Star Wars. The way that most people feel about Star Wars, the way that my husband feels about Star Wars, he just has this passionate love affair with the franchise. I don't have that. It was not something that I grew up with. It was just not something that was part of my world. And so it's something that I am learning more about as an adult. However, I feel like Taika Waititi, with the humor that he imbues every project that he does with, is something that that has my excitement level for this high. I am going to go on record as saying there is no possibility that this comes out December 2023. And here's why. The film is being written right now. So once it's written, that's great. There's still going to be a whole bunch of rewrites, and everyone's going to have their opinion. And then the pre-production for a film of this magnitude, pre-production alone could take a year. I mean, probably for this, because it is a well-oiled machine, I would imagine maybe 6 months. But at the very earliest, I imagine they will begin filming this a year from now.
Right.
I'm imagining. And then production would take 6 months plus. And then you're going to have, at minimum, the post-production on this. I mean, the CGI that's involved in a Star Wars television, a streaming series, much less a film, is massive. And so I would imagine they're going to have at least 6 months, if not a year, of post-production as well. I do not see this film coming out anytime before mid-2024, if not 2025. That's what I'm saying about that.
The screenwriting process is interesting because you'll get some of these, because apparently they've been working on the Star Wars script for a long time.
Sure.
Long time. So sometimes years, right, that they're working on a script. And then you get this totally opposite extreme. Like there's the really famous story about Cabin in the Woods, you know, where Joss Whedon and the other writer, they literally booked a hotel for a weekend and they literally wrote the entire script in a weekend. And it was there. So it's really weird how that can kind of all happen with a short, long, whatever. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? Lucasfilm is now saying that Taika Waititi's Star Wars film will come out prior to Rogue Squadron. Does that tell us it's coming out sooner than we thought? Well, I didn't think it was going to come out to 2025, 2026. So probably, are you excited for it or you're not? Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. We want to take a moment and thank a sponsor of today's video, ExpressVPN. So guys, if you've been listening to or following me for any period of time, you guys know that one of my big concerns is often online privacy. And that's why I use ExpressVPN. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are probably thinking. You're thinking, well, why don't you just use incognito mode? Well, let me tell you something. Incognito mode does not hide your activity. It doesn't matter what mode you use or how many times you clear your browsing history. Your internet service provider can still see every single website that you visited. And listen, it doesn't matter who your internet service provider is. Internet service providers in the US can legally sell your information to ad companies. ExpressVPN is an app that reroutes your internet connection through their secure servers so that your internet service provider can't see the sites that you're visiting. ExpressVPN also keeps all of your information secure by encrypting 100% of your data with the most powerful encryption available. And ExpressVPN is available on all your devices. I mean, your phones, computers, even your smart TV. Protect your online activity today with the VPN rated #1 by Business Insider. Visit my exclusive link, expressvpn.com/Campea, and you can get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/Campea. expressvpn.com/Campea to learn more.